Buddy, welcome in. Hope you're doing great. Let's see where we're going. I don't know. Today is some very high energy, like beautiful high energy for this reading. So I'm really loving it. I'm enjoying it. Welcome in. Let's talk about our twin flame path. I'm going to tap into the collective and see what messages want to come through. I will pull cards for the divine feminine and the divine masculine individually. All right, so you'll see that. And well, let's see where we go before I tell you what's going to be in the extended, because every week it's different. I try different things and different things come out of the readings. So this week in my astrology group, my birth chart astrology group, we're going to be talking about progressed charts. And that is, where are you on your spiritual path? Next week in the twin flame astrology group, I'm going to be talking about progressed composite charts, where the relationship is synastry charts too, but they're progressed. So they're talking about on the path. Where are we now on the path, as opposed to the birth chart, which is where you started. Okay, so if you want to join any of those astrology groups, there's links in the description box below. So let's get on with this. Ooh, yes. All right. Guides. Lucky. Growth. Protection. Oh, beautiful energy here. I feel like some of you are getting a lot of messages recently about twin flame energy or about what's been going on. And there's something here that says to me, like, if you had pushed things, things would not be as good as they are going to be. I feel like your divine partner needed some space for growth, and this connection is very protected, as you all know. Yeah. Healer. Release. Good fortune. Terrific. Okay, so lots of Jupiter energy here. I like that. And I just am getting the sense that one of you could be the divine feminine. I feel like I'm tapping into the divine feminine today. Divine feminine energy is recognizing that there is a method to this path. There is a way that this works. And one of the things that you can really get twisted around in is if you're really focused on what's going on in the 3D and not paying enough attention to your own growth, your own meditation practice, your own spiritual healing practice, your own clearing and removing of energies that get attached to you. If you've felt recently like you've been weighed down or things have been a struggle or something like that, release is what's being asked of you. Release for growth's sake. So people can, I'm very aware of this because I'm here on YouTube, and got to be careful because people's energy, not on purpose necessarily, but people's energy can get attached to me because we're talking about the journey. And if a reading aligns with you, there can be that. And so my job is to maintain this connection. And so I've had to do a lot of clearing, a lot of releasing, a lot of protection energy in order to maintain my connection, with my guides. All right. We will be talking about that on Pathfinders tomorrow too. I'm going to be talking about how to use a pendulum to connect with your guides. So if that's interesting to you, jump on a Pathfinders. Look at this. 2 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, drained. This is for the collective. Okay. One or both of you are really drained by this connection or drained by what's going on in general. Maybe not the connection itself. The connection itself seems good, seems strong, seems very even and balanced. But what's going on in your life is throwing it off. So I might be talking to both divine feminine and divine masculine here. We'll see what the rest of the reading shows. So Queen of Pentacles, that's about self-care. Look at this. 10 of Wands, Hanged Man, and the 6 of Cups. Surrendering. Look at, I'll even take this little guy. This Page of Wands here. The path right now, what's being asked of you is to really focus on your own needs. This is a divine partner. I'm not going to say either one because I feel like both of you have gone through this at different junctures or right now, but whichever one of the divine partners is having a struggle with their stability because they're trying to do too much. They're trying to serve too many people. They're trying to be all things to everyone. It's really time to see that that's draining your ability to be working your mission, doing what you're doing in the world. And like I just said to you, it can show up in different ways. So let me just give an example. So there could be divine feminine who is stepping into the gifts as a healer and not doing protection well enough, so other people's energies are attaching to you. It's time to release that. It's time to learn how to clear your energy. Part of the pendulum lesson is about clearing your energy before you do a reading, before anything like that happens, because otherwise you're going to get a lot of, I mean, this is kind of gross, but it's kind of like you've got to clean the countertops from the pie you baked with all the stuff and all the flour and everything like that. You've got to clean that off before you make dinner. Otherwise it gets in there and there's all of a sudden there's like rhubarb in your roast beef. And why is that happening? So, so you've got to really do a good job of like, I'm working with this person. I'm working with this reading. I'm working with this experience that I'm having. And then I'm going to close the container and then I'm going to clear myself. I'm going to clear that energy before I start doing something else. I see it even sometimes when readings can kind of bleed into the next one. And that's kind of an awful word to use, but it is like seep. Let's use the word seep. Okay. Seeps into the next one. There might be purpose to that. If there is that connection between one reading and another, sometimes that happens, no matter how much I like prepare myself for each reading. So this is spirits asking you that there is some really good news coming in. One of the partners who has not been doing a good job at protecting themselves or trying to be all things to all people is starting to recognize it's time to protect oneself, to clear your energy, to stop being codependent. Stop it. I don't feel like it's codependent between you necessarily. I feel like this is in the world. So whether I'm talking to a divine feminine or divine masculine, it's time to put yourself first. Does that shock you? Does that feel to you? There's a real reason for me to say that. I just feel like that's the way the path is going to open up. So let's say if you have been drained by your work, have you replenished yourself? Are you doing something that is feeding you? And then are you considering releasing that job or that career path or something like that because it has been draining you? If you kind of just pound your head against the wall and be like, no, I have to keep going. I have to keep going. I have to keep going. If there's a lot of Capricorn there about discipline and, Saturnian energy, okay, but what's asked here is really Sagittarian energy. Okay, I'm getting the good fortune. I'm getting Jupiter here. Okay, and Jupiter, the original ruler of Pisces and of Sag, still the ruler of Sag. Pisces moved on to Neptune after we discovered it, but it used to be that Jupiter was the ruler there. And Jupiter, Sagittarian energy is a lot about don't fence me in. It is a lot about optimism, about adventure, about expansion. Okay. And we're in Gemini time, which is the opposite season. We are, as we're doing this, the Venus Cazimi is happening. Venus is conjunct the sun. So there's something here about loving oneself, in a big way. Venus is the Empress. The Empress is somebody who does take their self-care very seriously. And so I'm saying that to you. I feel like I'm talking to someone who has been burning the candle at both ends without doing any kind of self-healing, self-replenishment. Enjoy, in the Northern Hemisphere, I mean, here where I'm living, we have had a string of amazing weather days. And give yourself a little opportunity to enjoy it. Okay? Be out in nature. Nature right now is, coming alive. Spring. We have about a month left to go of spring. It's coming alive. And there is something that needs to be, that is maybe glomming onto your energy a little bit, especially if you're a healer. Twin flames, you guys all have a mystical path. There's something that you're here to do that is connected to a spiritual guide. Okay. Your guides are trying to say to you, hey, if you want growth, then there's lucky stuff that's going to come along. There are lucky breaks. But not if you're pushing, not if you're too, all due respect to Saturn and Capricorn, everything like that. That's not the energy that's being asked of you right now. Okay. So there's the Star, Aquarius, there's healer, more healer energy, Two of Wands, the Sun. This is the reading for the collective. I will do Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. I think in the extended, I'll pull cards for each zodiac sign. It feels relevant to me since I'm talking about Sag and Capricorn already. So here we are. The Star, Two of Wands, the Sun, Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords, Four of Wands. Wow. Nine of Cups, Queen of Swords. Ooh, I like that a lot. Chariot. I keep seeing that there's going to be a conversation. Here's the Sun. Remember, I was just talking about the Sun. I was talking about enjoying nature, talking about taking a walk, being out in the woods, being out walking around. This looks like the coast of Italy or something, because this is an Italian deck. So it looks like that, right? It looks like Mediterranean or something like that. Okay, good to know. And the Star card is about hope. It's not just about healing. It's about the hope of the spring, bringing forth all the flowers and the trees. Look, this is like the perfect, it looks so beautiful. Everything looks so beautiful. My mother used to call them Chamber of Commerce days. This is when you get that photographer out there, when everything looks so beautiful. This can be how you're feeling right now, because there's so much Jupiter and Sag energy here. There's a lot of optimism. And I almost feel like this is what's going away. Some of you are recognizing that you've been either pushing too hard in another circumstance, maybe with a karmic energy, pushing too hard, or trying to hold it together, trying to glue it together. And I feel like if you just release, if you just surrender, the answers, good fortune will flow. The lucky break, what's it said? Yeah, lucky and good fortune. You just have to release. Some of you are really trying to hold it all together. I just get this feeling of holding it all together. Doesn't that feel like this? Feels like that to me. Okay, so holding it all together. There's going to be a conversation. Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Now, I'm going to say to you, because of this guides, some of you are getting a lot of downloads right now, a lot of information, knowing the truth about a situation, really understanding where the other person is, getting it. It's like not anxious anymore. Some of you might have been really pushing the connection, really pushing to try to get back into union or something like that. This is kind of like a, you know what? It will come. It will come in its time. And that Ace of Swords, I mean, I don't normally do a timing this early in the reading, but I don't care. Let's do it now. So the Ace of Swords. Some kind of truth. Oh, in Libra season. Okay. In Libra season. So this is for, 2 months. This is 8 weeks right here with the 8 of Wands. There's something here coming in Libra season, or there's some kind of balance, some kind of justice being or happening right now. And I feel like there's going to be a conversation about that. Some kind of justice, right? The Justice card here in Libra season, but could come sooner than that, between 1 and 8 weeks, 4 weeks. Here we go. This is the end. This is getting into July now. The 4 of Wands. I feel like the truth, something about a move. There's something about a physical move here. Okay? Because I'm seeing this 4 of Wands, the Chariot, the sun, maybe going toward the sun, maybe a summer trip or something like that. 4 of Wands. But the 4 of Wands is actually like a house move, not just a trip. Okay? So let's see here. What's this 4 of Wands about? 10 of Swords. 9 of Swords jumped out. The 6 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. Okay, so somebody has left a situation that they're in. This person, you could be dealing with a twin, or maybe this is you, who's left a job or left a career path or left behind a karmic energy. Done. 10 of Swords. Like there's no going back. That feels like there's no going back. The 6 of Pentacles is about needing help. 5 and 6. I feel like this person needs help. Might reach out to you for assistance or something like that. The 8 of Cups, they're on their way. Okay, they're on their way. What else does this Ace of Swords? I'm going to use this this deck in their feelings. Okay, what else is this truth? What is this truth that wants to? Okay, it is not what it seems. I promise. I am so worried that you're going to find someone better than me. Aw. I doubt that very much. It's easier for me to abandon people than deal with my issues. Okay, so it's possible, I'm going to pull some cards for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. It's possible that one of you has walked away from a karmic and maybe like actually abandoning a situation, abandon ship, jumping ship, something like that. I'm so worried that you're going to find someone better than me. That is how they feel right now. Let's look at Divine Masculine, because I feel like this is coming from the Divine Masculine. I don't know why, because I honestly feel like I don't know where they're getting that from, but what's going on with the Divine Masculine right now, please? Yeah. Devil card. Woo! King of Pentacles. King of Cups. This is the opportunity. That's the situation. The situation is tied up. This is Saturn energy. What did I just say about Capricorn? King of Pentacles, though. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles here. There's something about money that's trapping them. Okay, but the opportunity is to go toward love. There's something about money that's trapping them. Queen of Pentacles. There you go. Remember I was saying that before? Queen of Pentacles. Ah ha ha ha. 5 of Swords. 7 of Wands, Queen of Swords. All right. This feels to me, I'm dealing with a set of twin flames. This masculine is married, and they are dealing with some very toxic karmic energy right now. Very toxic. They know it too. This is very conscious. It's almost like they're stuck in some kind of karmic cycle. All right. And the karmic cycle has to do with money, but I also see that abandonment thing. 5 of Swords is about manipulation. So somebody can be using money to manipulate. The 7 of Wands is about boundaries, like no boundaries, none at all. This 10 of Wands, okay, and this Queen of Pentacles. On the positive side, the Queen of Pentacles is about putting oneself first. And you could twist that around a little bit if someone is not balancing that with doing anything. If this person's in a karmic marriage or something like that, because I'm seeing that 5 of Swords right next to this Queen of Pentacles, that makes me feel like they're just letting the divine masculine do everything. Okay. There's something about you're doing everything or somebody's doing everything. And it's not what it seems, I promise. I just feel like this divine masculine, the connection I'm having here is that they're not really talking. They're not really saying anything, but they're maybe saying some things spiritually. This 8 of Wands, saying some things spiritually. The Ace of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. There's the Devil card again. Oh my gosh. 5 of Wands. 8 of Swords. I feel like they're trying to tell you spiritually that they don't know how to get out of this. Okay. They don't know what to do. They're very loyal. This person is very loyal. They don't know what the path is. They're like closed off. They're not seeing what the path is. I feel like you are. I'm seeing this Queen of Swords, 9 of Cups, and the Chariot. So there's something here about, remember I was talking about protecting oneself from energies. And I feel like the masculine here needs to learn to protect themselves. Oh yeah, obviously here with the 7 of Wands. Needs to learn to protect themselves from controlling karmic energy. Needing to clear themselves, needing to finish a karmic cycle without abandoning this situation. Like they need to do it by the numbers because we've got this King and Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil energy rules Satan. Satan? No. Well, maybe. Yeah. The Devil energy, Satan is about, what that is about us getting addicted to things. We are putting ourselves in places that we could get out of if we chose, but it's hard. Saturn. That's the energy. Saturn. Okay. It's the energy of we're choosing to unhook ourselves from this low vibe energy. I don't believe I've ever said that word in a reading before. I wonder if that's what the divine masculine is thinking, that they are like in hell or something like that they're unable to really unhook themselves from some kind of addiction. The addiction can be, look at me, I'm doing everything. Look at me, there can be a martyr thing here. There can be a feeling of, I follow through with my commitments. And I am getting this sense that it's possible that the other person isn't doing very much to help. Okay, the karmic energy here. What is the karmic? Okay, Temperance, Archangel Michael's on the case. The karmic cycle, the karmic lesson. 7 of Wands, boundaries, Magician, manifesting, King of Wands. Got to take some kind of action. Got to do your own healing. Got to take some kind of action. Archangel Michael is like putting the screws to this divine masculine. Like you've got to do your path. You can't just run away. You can't just go toward the divine feminine. You've got to work it by the numbers. Okay. And even if you think this is Satan, or if you think this is that lower, super low vibe energy, it doesn't absolve you of having to close out this karmic cycle. All right, let's see. Beyond illusion, change your perception. That's what that Hanged Man's about. Change your perception. I feel like this masculine is saying, there's no way out for me. There's nothing for me to do. And that isn't true. Not true at all. Merkaba activation, ground, shield, and protect. Okay, this I feel is something that the feminine can do for themselves that is going to align with higher vibrational energy with this divine masculine. I feel like that clearing, that cleansing, that releasing, right, is going to bring in a lot of good fortune, bring in a lot of opportunities, but the masculine has to take the opportunity. You can't make them do it, right? You can clear your own energy. You can do that, and then that feels to me like what usually happens is the divine masculine will then be inspired to clear their own energy, and that is going to help a lot in this in this connection. Compassion. Okay, so divine feminine having a lot of compassion for the masculine. Speak your truth, express yourself. So that 8 of Wands and the Ace of Swords, the progression here is divine feminine. You are doing a good job of healing and working your own mission. Good job. This Merkaba, I'm going to read that to you in the extended. This Merkaba, well, I'll do it right now. The Merkaba activation. Let's see. Here it is. Yay, 89. Okay. All right. The Merkaba activation. Your spiritual light body is housed within a sacred geometrical shape called the Merkaba star or Merkaba star. It is your soul chariot. We got the chariot card down here. It is your soul chariot, which is encoded with divine love and programmed to wake you up to your true self. That's what's needed here. I feel like this masculine feels like they're not powerful enough, but they are. They are. They just don't know it. And raise your vibration. It prompts your energetic field to emit signals that are distinct to your unique soul frequency, creating a direct line of spiritual communication between you and the higher realms. That 8 of Wands and this Ace of Swords. This 6-pointed star acts as your soul's vehicle that transports your higher consciousness and enables you to ascend into higher spiritual dimensions. It contains your emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical being in every timeline, space, dimension, and reality. It also shields and protects you while anchoring your energy into the earth. This card suggests that you program your ascension vehicle with specific intentions. This will help transmute lower frequency energies that have blocked you from achieving your greater good, which will raise your energetic frequency. Activating and elevating your electromagnetic field generates your higher good and brings your heart's desires into form. So, divine feminine, turn your attention to this Merkaba activation. If you're a divine masculine watching and this is your story, this is for you to do too, a Merkaba activation. There's a lot of them on the web, on YouTube, Merkaba, and also I'm getting Saint Germain, the Violet Flame. I've got a couple meditations. I believe I've given them to Pathfinders that you can use. So we'll see about that. I'll have to go back and look and make sure I did that. But anyway, this Merkaba activation, the thing that's going to happen is with this masculine is this energy is Capricorn. It's ruled, sorry, Capricorn is not ruled by Satan. It's ruled by Saturn. Okay. And Saturn can make us feel like we have a very heavy energy and a very heavy energy to it. But Saturn is one of those difficult teachers, like a life lesson teacher. And at the end of the day, you're going to be so much further along when you pay attention to this tough teacher, because you're gonna unhook. I feel like I like the outcome for the divine masculine, which is that Queen of Swords. It's like I'm seeing the future now. I can see that with everybody else's energy around me, I couldn't even see the future. But now I'm going to cleanse and clear my aura, clear myself of other people's energies and expectations and demands and all of it. I'm going to also make some good boundaries so I can manifest, so I can have energy. Okay. This masculine feels very low on energy to me. All right. So let's see. Yeah. Divine feminine. Let's get some cards for you. What's going on for the divine feminine? We already have your marching orders here about releasing energies that are like carbunkled onto you. Like people have, especially if you're a healer or if you're out there as a reader, or as a spiritual teacher, or anything like that, you know, you're going to have to clear. It's not an insult. It's a way of you staying connected to your guides. Okay. So divine feminine. Three of Wands. Ready. Situation, King of Swords. Very clear-eyed. Very clear-eyed. Nine of Swords. The opportunity is releasing that anxiety. There's no reason to be anxious about this. There's no reason. You know exactly what's going on. I've just told you. Okay, so there's no reason for you to kind of twist around in the middle of the night. No reason at all. There's the Empress doing good work here. Six of Wands, Queen of Wands. Excellent, excellent. Nine of Pentacles. Stay in your high vibration, Divine Feminine. Stay being clear. Resist the urge to push or to do that 10 of Wands thing. Resist the urge to try to do it for them. Okay, this is something this masculine has to do. They are, in a sense, like, I mean, Satan's not really a bad metaphor for this, because it's kind of like something that it feels like it has power over you, but you really have power over it. You really do. Okay, what is that sentence? What is that thing that Satan's biggest victory was? Making people think that he was in charge or something like that. And you actually are in charge. This can feel like an addiction. It can feel like low, super low vibration, that you're being worn out, or you're being completely drained. And when in reality, look at these people. They can just take off those chains and walk away. They can. All right. They can leave anytime. But as we know, when we have addictions, or when we're addicted to a substance, when we're addicted to money, when we're addicted to something, the answer that always comes back before someone gets sick and tired of being in that situation is, it's more complicated than that. Okay. There's consequences to every action, if that's what you mean. Okay. But if you let those complications be the boundary, be the barrier to your highest timeline, then you're going to always feel like you're being drained. It's constant. You're going to feel like you're being drained and drained and drained, because you're not speaking your truth. The Divine Feminine, your job here is to know that this is what's playing out. Do your work. Do that Merkaba activation. I love that. Do that work and just be cool. Just be cool. This is coming along. And in Libra season, we're talking about September, October, November. Sorry, in October. So this is later in the year, but something is going on this summer. This masculine has to release and let go of this karmic energy. So I'm going to go deeper into this reading. I will pull cards for each zodiac sign to give you some specific guidance, and let's see where we go. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. I will see you over there. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.